Hello and welcome to Business Life with Kimmi. I am Kimmi and I teach people of all ages, all stages, how to start and how to grow successful businesses. And I'm very passionate about social media. So I had to do this video. I'm always encouraging people to start their social media, right? YouTube, write a book. I mean, if you ask anybody, they can talk to me for about 2 minutes and tell me a little bit about their life, and I have a story for them, something that they could do with their business, or they could start a business based on something that they've told me, right? But I really want to encourage my older people that you are not too old to start social media. You are not too old to start a YouTube channel. Actually, the knowledge that you have is so precious that young people today are thriving and they're looking for, it's like a desert almost. They're looking for someone to share insight with them. You know, everyone on TV nowadays, you know, young and flashing their material things, but sometimes mentally and the spiritual part or the nurturing part is lacking because their parents are also trying to do the same thing they doing. So they need those 40-something-year-old, 50-something-year-old, 60-year-old people, 70. I don't care how old you are. A lot of 80-year-olds. Look at Joy Behar on The View, still dropping knowledge. Are able to share insights and share your life experiences. You've had children, you've had jobs. Sometimes on my channels, I speak a little older, perhaps. Some of the knowledge that I drop, but the younger generation, they love it because they're not taught that. Old-fashioned values are still here. You know, a lot of times we think, oh, that's old-fashioned, that's outdated. We don't do it like that no more. They don't do it like that no more. You may hear people say that. But believe it or not, in corporate America, in just any part of our lives, old-fashioned stuff still works. And you probably had a lot of life experience, like I mentioned earlier, where you can share this with people. So don't let your age stop you. You may know how to bake, okay? You may be a great person in the kitchen when it comes to putting down them old-fashioned recipes that people love, soul food. You know, nowadays everything is instant, crock pot, fast. You know, you might know how to cook that good Sunday dinner. You know, don't sleep on that. You may know how to sew. A lot of people don't know how to sew nowadays. Are you good at knitting? All these different things are topics that people are researching, and there's not a lot of information about it. Gardening is popping up like crazy. Are you an older person that knows how to garden? You know, back in the day, my dad had a garden, and you know, he had a lot of knowledge. My dad loved knowledge. He loved talking about stuff, and it's so funny. Me and my husband have a running joke because whenever I start popping off words and stuff that maybe were not naturally part of my vocabulary, and I have to remind him, I said, well, you know, I'm Bill Eland's daughter now. Because my dad he was very knowledgeable. And you be sitting there, he starts talking about something, and you sitting there like, I didn't even know he knew that. So the same thing with you, whatever it is, you may have a business that you've had for 30, 40 years. And now you want to share that knowledge with somebody. You may not have kids to leave it to. Put it in a YouTube channel. Document it. How do you start a lawn care business? How I started my lawn care business, how I started this, how I did that. You know, we all have something to share. So I really want to encourage you not to be stingy with that information. And it may give you something to do. It may be an outlet for you. Maybe you lost your spouse. Maybe you know, had a lot of different losses, whatever that may look like. And maybe you need a hobby. You can get paid for that hobby, just sitting here talking to people on the camera. You know, a lot of people go live, just answer questions about relationships and money. You may be good at handling money. You know, you can teach young people how to handle money. So my point I really want to make on this video is don't let your age stop you, you know? And I often talk about, you know, you don't want to let how you speak. You know, maybe you didn't go to college and you feel like, how am I going to compete with these young people? Guess what? Life. You have lifed. So you got some information you can share again. So, you know, again, it may be you're from the South. I always say the South, the North, or wherever. You got this whole vibe about you that you may feel is like a quirk or something weird, something different. But people love that. Just do you, be you. So it's not too late to start if you want to get into social media, no matter how old you are. Check around, check the channels out. It's a lot of older people with cooking channels and relationship channels, and you sitting here like, that is so funny. I needed that, you know, or that's facts. I needed that truth. So just see whatever it is you can bring to the table. Make sure it's valuable, because whatever you got to say, somebody else want to hear it. This is just something extra I wanted to throw in there, because I hear that sometimes. I'm too old for that. No, you're not. As long as you got breath in your body, you got a little reasonableness going on up in your mind. I say that loosely. You can still start your channel or whatever social media you want to do. Well, until next time, guys, this is Business Life with Kimmi. Bye.